What is up, guys? Welcome back to the videos. Oh man, we had a pretty crazy night last night. But we are back in the shop for today, and we have a couple of special guests that I want to introduce to you guys, and we're going to be doing some pretty awesome mods to the Civic today, so sit back, relax, and enjoy today's video.
We'll do this last.
Look at all this stuff. Today's special guest, we have Jesse from Ultraracing. Thank you for coming out, dude. Oh, me and Ultraracing work a lot together. They've been on the BRZ, the GTR, the WRX. So now today we have pretty much the full bracing kit for the Civic Si going on today. And they were kind enough to come down all the way from San Francisco, come help me install literally everything. So this car is getting completely upgraded, and it's gonna feel so good when I drive it out of this garage. So Jesse, do you want to explain to everybody what we have going on today?
We have a 4-point front strut bar.
That's pretty aggressive right there.
So it holds up your strut brace, plus it holds up your core support. We have this is a 26 millimeter front sway bar. We have an interior room bar, rear strut bar, rear sway bar.
So literally this thing is about to be pretty crazy, right? So when I got the car, I explained to you guys that I wanted this car to be like the best feeling street car and like canyon driving car that it can be, and Ultraracing is gonna take it to the next level, so I'm very, very excited to get all of this stuff on. But I'm thinking we're gonna go ahead and start with the harder things first, so pretty much all of the under bracing, so the sway bar and the tie bar as well, and then we'll move on to the cool stuff. So looking underneath the SI right now, everything seems to be pretty easy. Here's the rear strut bar right here. Easy to get to all the bolts and everything, and doesn't look like they're too rusty or anything like that. If you guys remember when I did the GTR had some dirty bolts, which was expected because it's such an old car. But with the Civic, what I love about this car is modding this thing is seriously so easy. So here is also the front strut bar right here. Super easy to access everything. Today's install should go pretty smoothly. And I think we are gonna start with the rear for today. To start out, we're gonna take off this massive under panel. It's easier for us to access everything. I got a good mic on. Definitely thicker. That's gonna look good. So for the viewers watching who don't really know, what are the benefits of having an upgraded or heavier sway bar?
The heavier sway bar it is, you get less lean left to right. So if you feel a lot of the sway, you want to go with thicker sway bars. You actually want to go solid.
Really?
Hollow, you're gonna have to go wide bigger just to make equivalent to whatever size you're going.
Right.
Solid unit.
Right. So there's a lot of like different ways you can set it up. But what are we working with today?
So we're working with, this one is exactly it's a 19 millimeter.
Cool.
You'll feel the difference on this one.
Absolutely. So here's the stock one. That is getting thrown away. Now we're upgrading to the Ultraracing. So the thing that I love about Ultraracing is when they give you the bracing, they not only give you the bracing, they give you all of the stuff that you should replace either way. So we have new bushings and new brackets along with the sway bar. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do every time I replace sway bars or any kind of bracing underneath the car, I like to use a little bit of grease just to kind of lube it up and make sure there's no like squeaking and everything is just good to go. So,
yep.
Yeah, right there. Cool. All right, we are good to go ahead and put the Ultraracing rear sway bar in and button everything up. All right, Jesse, brace 1 installed. We have the rear sway bar all finished up and it looks good. Everything's tightened up. I'm so excited to drive this thing, but now what are we gonna do?
We're gonna do a tie bar, rear tie. So it's the most common deal on every car.
I've never installed one of these.
Easy.
Yeah, super easy, and that's the next brace we're gonna do. Let's do it.
He has a lift, guys. He's using it. But he's still using a jack.
We got roasted in that last video. The lift was occupied.
Yeah.
I know I have a lift. All right, guys, leave me alone.
You're down here.
Those people falling down, and you can't get the bolt in. But we all good now.
We're getting there, we're getting there. All right, we finally got it. This was definitely way harder than I thought it was gonna be, but this one is now in. We're gonna go ahead and torque it down. What are the torque specs?
I want to say about 30 pounds. Anything between 10, 11, 12, up to 14, you want to go 30, 40 pounds.
Okay.
Anything above that, you want to go from 14 to 60 pounds.
Cool.
And if you're 19 millimeter, you want to go, of course, you want to go up higher. If there's subframe bolts, you want to go up to 120.
Jeez. Cool, we're gonna get that done. Two braces down. Now we're gonna move on to the front sway bar, which is super easy as well, just 14s, just like the back.
Have the stick.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so quick update. We figured out that since my car is the Mugen edition, this sway bar is actually upgraded from like the regular stock ones. So this one actually ended up being just a little bit thicker than what the Ultraracing was. So we decided to keep this one since it is off of like the Mugen edition. All right, car is good to go on the ground. Next up is what I'm most excited for, the strut tower brace. Now, I've never ever seen anything like this, so I'm very, very excited. And it's just gonna make, number one, the car feel good, but also the engine bay is gonna look sweet with that in there.
Yeah, I've never seen one myself.
Really? Okay, so this one's actually pretty easy. You went ahead and we took off all of like the plastic covering, so like shroud right here as well as cowl right here. And we're gonna go ahead and slide it in. It bolts up on your strut tower, of course, and then you have two bolts right here that you'll just tighten down as well. All right, we have the engine bay brace installed and good to go. So we've done the rear sway bar, yeah, the tie bar rod, as well as the strut tower bar. With the other two, we had an interior bar as well as the rear sway bar, and the Japan version of this car is just a little bit different. So there is some modifications that we'll have to do down the road in order to make those fit. If we decide to do like the rear mount bar or the interior bar, we have to like cut some holes in the interior panels and stuff like that. But just for today, we are gonna stay with the three that we did today and go for a little test drive and see how it feels.
Yeah, those three will do.
We're going for the maiden voyage with the new suspension, or the bracing, I guess. Just a family sedan, so practical.
This is really moving back here, dude.
Oh, it feels nice, man. It's so planted. It feels good, dude.
It does.
It's super stiff, like, wow. Man, I need to take this thing on the track. I'm stoked. It feels really good, dude. I'm stoked, yeah. Nice implanting.
We did our job.
We did our job. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming
for the
and the film. If you guys want any bracing or suspension parts for your car, I will link Ultraracing down below. You guys can check them out. As you guys know, you've seen them on pretty much all of my cars that they make the bracing for, so please check them out. And if you guys have any questions, they can answer it for you. So.
Yeah, we'll be there to help.
Thanks for coming, guys.
That is
That's
what.
so sick, dude.
Yeah.
It's so dope.
Look at this. Y'all Stan's kids can't see this, bro.
Alright, this is the only problem. Maverick, so this is, Maverick, you haven't seen the Subaru bag yet, have you?
No, that looks dope.
So this is the only issue here. We don't have camber plates up top. Once this has camber, I can match the rear. Bro,
Oh,
it's gonna be insane.
yeah. This is gonna be bad. Oh, it dropped, bro. Fitment on point once this is good.
Yeah.